Back to SportsLine. Don't forget, you can always call in and chat at 737-7767. Would love to hear from Predators fans tonight, how you're feeling about Game 4. Do the Preds need to get the sweep tomorrow? Can they afford to have the Blackhawks win tomorrow night and extend this series? I say no. I say get it done tomorrow because you never know what could happen. You don't want to go back to Chicago and have to play another game. Maybe you feel differently. 737-7767 is the number to call. While you're dialing, we're going to hear from Preds goaltender Pekka Rinne, who's been absolutely outstanding in this series. The 34-year-old veteran playing with a lot of pride and a lot of intensity lately. Here's what he had to say after today's practice.
Biggest thing has been, as a team, we just defended. Have been defending really well. Haven't given up too much, and obviously for myself, it's a big difference too.
Does it feel good to be obviously, I guess, sort of peaking as far as your game seems to be here in down the stretch and here in the playoffs as well?
I think you always want to, when it comes to postseason, you want to be at your best, and you always want to establish yourself in playoffs, and so. For sure, but I don't want to go too far ahead. I mean, but yeah, right now I think myself feeling confident and feeling good, and I think the same goes with our team, and just have to keep it rolling.
Before the series started, you said personally, I really want to beat this team. When we talked to you back in Chicago, did you do anything differently, mentally, prepare any differently for this series to get focused to do that?
No, I mean, of course you're gonna zoom in. You have a chance to really, try to educate yourself, with just one team, and you get to see this one team every single night, and so you try to really zoom in their players and their systems and their tendencies and things like that. So I think just a matter of that all combined, I think it's going to keep you sharp and it's going to keep you focused, and during these off days you still try to stay focused and try to let your mind breathe a little bit, but also realize the situation you're in and try to maintain focus.
How much of your mission or what you guys are doing at this point of the series psychological, as far as not allowing the Blackhawks to plant that seed of doubt that they can get back in the series?
It's huge. I think you don't want to give them any life. We try to have the same approach. Just focusing on ourselves. We know what kind of team they are, and our coaches make sure that we are well prepared. What's ahead of us, but at the same time we gotta focus, on ourselves and keep playing the game we've been playing. I think it's been a really efficient game, fast game. Hard on the forecheck, really good defending, and kind of all around hockey, and special teams have been really good. So that's been the key.
Do you feel like recovering from that 2-0 deficit kind of helped that mentally, knowing that you can kind of take their best shot, recover? Do you think it's a factor for you guys in closing it out, just having that mental strength or whatever?
Yeah, it's a big comeback win, especially coming back in third, tying the game up, and then taking the game in OT. I think mentally that's huge, and obviously being in 3-0 situation right now, it's way different than being 2-1 situation. So for sure that was a huge for us. But at the same time, you just try to focus on the Game 4 and keep the same mindset.
3-0, the natural tendency for somebody might be to let up a little bit. Is that the biggest challenge in front of this team?
I don't think so. I think we are really hungry, first of all, and we know what's on stake. We know who we play against. We know what they've done in the past. I think all those things should motivate you and keep you on your toes. I think that's the biggest thing. But I'm not worried that we're going to let up. It's you try not to listen anybody outside, or you try to stay in this locker room and stay with the boys, and have that same atmosphere and that same feeling, going in this fourth one.
Predators goaltender Pekka Rinne is looking at least relaxed and confident heading into Game 4 tomorrow night. He's been outstanding as you know, in this series. Back-to-back shutouts in games 1 and 2. Played pretty darn solid as well in Game 3, despite giving up the first 2 goals of the series to the Blackhawks. But again, Preds in the driver's seat, looking to close things out tomorrow night. Let's go back to the phones and check in with Steven. Steven, good evening. You're on SportsLine. What's up?
Hello. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I got you loud and clear. What's going on?
Yes, sir. I was just wondering what your take was on the Preds this year. I know we're having a big old year and everything like that, but I was wondering on the years forward, moving forward and everything, like how are we going to stand in the grand scheme of things? And two, man, I grew up playing hockey. I ain't from around here, but me and my brother Leonard, we used to play out on the pond there behind the house. Mm-hmm. Well, it was bad one time for Christmas. He fell through, and long story short, we brought up rough, playing the hardball hockey.
Yeah.
These boys now, they ain't playing, the rough stuff we grew up with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the rules have changed a little bit, Steven, in terms of, the clutching and grabbing. They want a more free-flowing game. I mean, you can kind of equate that to what the NBA has done with the hand check rule, what the NFL has done in terms of, pass interference and taking care of the quarterback. These leagues want more offense. They want more scoring because that's going to attract more fans. And, you look at every major sport right now, Steven, none of them are as physical or as rough as they used to be. I'm old enough to remember in the NBA days when they didn't even air the NBA Finals, they tape-delayed it because they were afraid that guys were going to get in fights. And, I mean, it was rough. And we know about the old-time hockey from back in the day, with the Broad Street Bullies and, and the Philadelphia Flyers and things like that. And we remember the old NFL days with those Bears teams those Giants teams and those Steelers teams that were very, very physical. Leagues have evolved. They want more scoring. They know that sports fans' attention spans are a little, they're not that great anymore. They want, more scoring.
No, I know what you're saying.
Yeah. And as far as the Preds for the future looks pretty bright. They're a young team. They've got a good mix of young veterans, of really young players, and some guys that have been around for a while. Laviolette's not going anywhere for a while. He just signed an extension. It looks like the transition is going to be pretty smooth at goaltender from Pecorine to Yusei Saros. So this is a team that should contend in the Western Conference for the foreseeable future.
I got a question from a nephew.
Yeah.
Well, I brought him up playing the old school way and everything, but I was wondering moving forward, how do I need to go about getting him on a semi-pro team? And two, I ain't going to say his name, get him in trouble or nothing, but I was wondering if they drug test, because where it may be somewhere where he runs into the block wall.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for the call. Well, listen, whatever he's on, he should probably get off of it and probably focus more on his agility and his endurance, as opposed to, obviously you want to be strong, you want to be a strong skater, a strong checker in the boards and that kind of thing, but maybe work more on the finesse game than the physical game, but keep some of that physicality in there. Thanks for the call, Stephen. We really appreciate it. We're going to come back and talk more Preds as we get ready for Game 4 tomorrow night. Your phone calls, as we said, welcome. My question to you is, how important is it for the Preds to lock this series up tomorrow and not give the Blackhawks any life? I think it's very important. They got to get it done tomorrow, in my opinion. Maybe you agree, maybe you disagree. Let's talk about it on the other side. Stay with us.